We call the Thursday, March 16th business meeting of Narberth Borough Council to order. Let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Michelle, would you like to give the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, to the republic, which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. All right. Well, Ms. Bryan, will you call the roll?
Absolutely. Council President Bush.
Here.
Council Vice President Van Oppelis.
Here.
Council Member Jean Vera.
Here.
Council Member Barbara Fortner. Council Member Rob Green.
Here.
Council Member Cindy Rickards.
Here.
Council Member Ira Winston.
Here.
Mayor Andrea Deutsch.
Here.
Do we have agenda additions or changes? We don't have any on my end.
No, we have a motion change, but not necessarily a regular change.
Right. I think we can just remind you when it comes to the motion.
And that'll be just as a heads up on item 9A.
All right. My comments. I am going to give the floor to Ms. Bryan.
Thank you, Council President. So, I have a lot of mixed feelings about this, but here tonight, thank you for the opportunity to publicly announce that I will be ending my time here serving Borough Council and the residents of the borough. Yesterday, I submitted to Council President my 30-day notice as required by my contract for and I'm actually going to be moving to a different part of the country up to the state of Maine. As much as I wish I could pick up the borough of Narberth and take it with me up there, that unfortunately is not an option. So I'll have to wrap up my time here. And I'm just really grateful. I think Borough Council here on both the personal and professional level has been, incredibly supportive. And, I've made a lot of really good relationships with folks on council, both personal and professional, as well as with so many people here in the community in Narberth. And it's such a great town. I remember when I was first told about, first made aware of the job opportunity here, thinking to myself, if I don't get this job, like the stuff going on in Narberth, I'd have to do in New Britain back when I was working there. And it's been such an honor that you all select me to be your manager. And while I'm disappointed in a certain sense that I won't be able to continue working on some of the projects that we've been working on here together, I just do feel strongly that for some things in my personal life that this move is the right decision for me. So again, just thank you to you all for this opportunity, and thanks to the residents and taxpayers of the borough. And I'll still be here for a while yet. And of course, I'll work with council president, staff, make sure things continue as they need to. And I'll be glad to continue to be here for as long as I can be. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thanks for your service to the borough. Okay, cool. Maybe not make further comments, but maybe next meeting. I do want to say that, point out on a high note, we just received word today that we received 2 grants, one for repairs here in the building and one for planning work for Station Square project. So that brings, doing the math, that brings it over to over $1 million in grants that have been secured during your tenure at the borough. So congratulations on it.
Thank you. Well, it's a victory for the borough as much as it is for any individual.
And I have no further comments.
So for anything else, I just want to thank you for everything you've done for the borough. You really brought us into good shape with our budgets and our finances, but you've also been a good steward of all the different projects. And I just want to say thank you. I'm sure on behalf of everybody here, we really appreciated all your efforts and we miss you. We wish you the best.
Thank you, Mayor.
So, there are some other new beginnings coming up this week. We have a new chief of police, director of public safety, starting on Wednesday. John String is coming into the borough. So we're very excited for his services and really looking forward to public safety in general in the borough. And I think we'll be in very, very good hands. So really looking forward to that. With that, I want to say a gigantic shout out and thank you to Sergeant Bernaccio, who has carried the torch between chiefs. He was acting chief and he did a phenomenal job. And I really want to give a very large thank you for his efforts and his services. He's done great. And with that, also Officer Kelly Lynn has done a very nice job in the last month, carrying some extra weight while a couple of officers were out on administrative leave. I want to give a large thank you to her for her services. And we have some really good people working here in the borough, and we're very fortunate. So thank you.
Andrea, can you do a meet and greet or some event for the chief and director of public?
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Get something maybe.
Yeah, I'll talk to him. I'm meeting with him on Wednesday. Let him get his feet, on the ground first. But I'm sure that will be in the list. Yeah.
Same. All right, thank you. Okay. All right, quick question. We okay with the sound here? We don't have public. So.
So myself, and I'm very grateful to Borough volunteer Jim Spear. He actually took the initiative with everything for staffing going on to reach out to the folks who make the owl. And they explained there's a setting on the owl that when it tries to make sure that someone talking online and someone talking in the room don't overlap with each other. And that setting is what was causing someone would speak on Zoom, and then people couldn't then hear us in this room. So they told me the setting to change. So I went into the OWL app and changed that setting, and hopefully it has fixed the problem. And also, plus there's no one here on Zoom tonight, so we won't know for sure about that. But we also know the cause of the problem as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure what cut off the air circulation. Very nice. I'm glad we can keep going. Okay, great. Hopefully it's fixed. Let's move on to our agenda. First, is the consent agenda. Get a motion to.
I move that Borough Council that the items minutes of the February 2nd, 23 to February 15th meeting of the Borough Council. And the item B, schedule of bills for the general service, other ways, capital, refunds, totally.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Discussion. All right, we're voting on the consent agenda. All those voting for approval of the consent agenda, show their hands. Okay, it's unanimous, 6-0. Our first action item is 9A.
Okay, I move the Borough Council approve of the.
Okay, sorry. Actually, that's the motion that needs to be amended. Sorry about that.
Well, we're gonna to do that. We would.
That's
make this one that makes it happen. So it's okay. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay. I move the Borough Council approve opening a PLGIT term account for 110 days, and the Samantha Ryan and letter for access.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. So I believe we'd like to change this to add Alan Gazzardo's name to the list of people who want to access these accounts.
And in addition, the fire company asked to have a few other folks from their organization. In addition to Mr. Henderson, they wanted their current treasurer, Walter Bowen. Their future treasurer, because apparently Mr. Bowen is retiring from that position this year. Ramon, R-A-M-O-N, Solis, S-O-L-I-S, and the current fire chief, Brand Dixon.
I don't know.
That is valid.
So,
Okay.
get over the, what do you make the motion to amend?
Okay. So I move to amend the motion so that Samantha Ryan, William Henderson, Alan Gonzaga, Brandon Dixon, Walter Bowen, and Ramon Solis would have access to the account.
Okay, was there a second for the amendment? Okay. Any discussion of this amendment? All right, we're voting to amend the bill that have those four names. All those in favor? Okay, it's unanimous. Back to the main bill. Want to discuss the,
Yeah, if I can just give a brief primer for Borough Council. So this is not actual borough money involved in this, so to speak. What's going on here is the fire department, they have in their funds money that they try to, get a certain interest rate return on in accordance with the laws of money that they have. And it came to their attention that Pliget, the Pennsylvania Local Government Investment Trust, had these investment programs, that are getting 4 or 5% rate of return. However, as a 501c3, they are not eligible to participate in Pliget, but the borough as a municipality is. So we asked Pliget if we were allowed to have, if the fire company provided the funds, that the borough was allowed to open the account, and they did confirm that we are allowed to do that. So given that situation, I felt that it's no money of the borough, and a higher rate of return for the fire company is ultimately in the long run better for the borough budget and better for the taxpayers of the borough, that I didn't see any issue with the borough helping to provide this account access for them.
any questions or discussion? All right, we're voting to open this Pliget account we have for our fire company. All those in favor? It's unanimous. Is this something where we can put some of our own borough funds into this sort of account? That's a really high.
So, but not in this account. However, a proposal that I drafted up some information for F&A to discuss at a future meeting would actually talk about the potential for the borough doing that.
Great. 9B, stop signs.
I move that Borough Council advertise the ordinance to install additional stop signs at the intersection of Price and Conway as well as Windsor.
Okay. Is there a second? Seconded. Okay. We hate stop signs. All right. Discussion of stop signs.
So, per the memo and information provided in the packet, over the past 2 months, the Public Health and Safety Committee has considered, per our traffic review policy, requests from borough residents about stop signs at these intersections. In addition to these intersections, there was a request for the intersection of Sabine and Conway as well. However, just a kind of information point for council and the public, the borough can't just put a stop sign in because we want to. The traffic engineer explained to public health and safety that there has to be a warrant for the stop sign. And when he did, in that specific set of criteria, it's not just him like saying, oh yeah, this looks good. He found warrants for stop signs at the intersection of Conway and Price and at the intersection of Windsor and Conway. However, he did not find a warrant for the stop sign, for a stop sign at the intersection of Sabine and Conway. In order for the borough to actually be able to enforce any signage that we put up, council would have to approve an ordinance to do so in order for the police or anyone else, well, not anyone else, or for the police to enforce any stop sign violation. So hence you have this ordinance tonight, which the traffic engineer and public health and safety have recommended that we adopt. And if there are any questions, I'll do my best to channel the traffic engineer or any folks on PHS might be able to elaborate.
Do we have questions? Cindy?
Question about just the picture. I'm shocked that this is not a violation. Maybe not at the stop
All
sign.
The River Road.
Well, I don't. You can't clear this up.
the action.
How is this not a violation?
Yeah, I think we might want to re-examine that. Even aside from that, PHS did discuss the warrant for a South Side application, but I do think we need to have the code enforcement officer take another look at that over situation.
I mean, it's over the sidewalk square.
Right, well, yes, there's that.
Any part of the sidewalk square. Yeah, by vegetations.
Right. So you're
Yeah,
willing to
that's-
the street, but it's not a side.
Yeah.
It's not a side.
It's an outside site, but
That's different.
it won't pass.
They said, they said,
Oh, it was a sidewalk.
right, but that was,
Okay, got it. Well,
right, but it's it's clearly a violation of 36 inches on the side of the road. I would agree.
I'm getting a little ahead of the ordinance, but when these stop signs are, I spoke about this at public safety. When these stop signs are installed, I'd recommend putting like a flashing light or something to make sure that people who've been driving these routes regularly and know the habits are alerted that there is a change. Yeah,
and we should put it in the newsletter, like at least like a week before they go in or something.
sure. Sure, but something that the people
That's a
may
good
not,
idea, too.
people who may not see the newsletter and who are accustomed to certain driving patterns, just, it would be smart to alert them to a change.
Without any, sorry.
Let's do it. So,
Without any, to the mayor's credit, without any prompting or prior knowledge of that suggestion, before the public health and safety meeting, the borough engineer also recommended to me what the mayor has described.
all right. Yes. Okay, we're voting to advertise an ordinance to install four-way stop signs, to turn them into four-way stop signs. All those in favor? Okay, it's unanimous. That's it for our action items. Information items, the report's been filed. Do have one brief item of new business, which is the Narberth Day folks are very diligent about setting things up. They have it's proposed that we have a council table for Narberth to talk about borough initiatives, and also I've been press gang into giving a tour of the little stormwater infrastructure, and Maureen is also hopefully going to be giving a tour of the new park acquisition in Trion, like probably also be starting and the growth people. Are other people willing to spend some time sitting at a council table for every council table?
Can I move back to when we memorialized the name breeds?
Yeah,
We had suggested that our each event and we would buy a sign. And maybe now that we have a graphic artist on council that is named, we could move like past what I would have done on Canva to do a pop-up sign.
pop-up sign.
If we could have, $150 to do a fad signs. Okay.
All right. If anybody, okay, so general willingness to spend some time sitting at the table, and I'm not going to sit there for all around. Okay, we'll work on this offline.
And Gina, have a good sign.
Yeah, and I will tell the Earth Day folks that we are good for a table. Okay, and then once the property sells, we need to notify them, figure out how we're going to clean it up and find it. That's true. Okay. Any other questions or concerns about that? Okay. Comments for the good of council?
So on, we have the mainline relay or community run coming up Saturday, April 15th. That's going to explore the eastern portion of the relay, and then on April 23rd, that's going to explore the western portion of the relay. The April 15th ride is going to start and end at the mainline leg, which is here in Narberth. So that would be a great ride for community residents to attend, and I invite every council to attend if you're interested in the as well as peers. And bring your family, bring your neighbors, and it's a social ride. It'll be 10 miles round trip, using a low stress route that down to the Kimberley Heritage Trail and back. And for your water bottle will come with. And if you want more information, at 10 o'clock. And if you want more information about the ride, just go to mainlinegreenway.hi. And yeah, it's cool.
I didn't know that.
And it'll have information on the route and be able to register for the ride. And we might also advertise.
That's, I will say, yeah, there'll also be an advertisement in the, for a newsletter. So, and yeah, thank you, Gene, for letting the staff know about that.
All right, thank you. Any other comments? I will answer. Okay, so after this meeting, we will have an executive session to discuss a personnel matter related to the hiring of a police officer, disposition of borough-owned property, not in regards to 201 Sabine, a legal matter regarding ongoing litigation for 198 Elmwood, a legal matter regarding threatened litigation for 201 Sabine, and a personnel matter related to the hiring of a borough manager. Anything else that's been added at this time? I don't think so. And I do not anticipate that we will not come back in session. So I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second? Discussion? All right. Let's vote to adjourn. All those in favor? Okay, it's unanimous. We are adjourned.